I love
what I
that.
mean?
I love that I message people right now and say, "Hey, I'm about to film an episode. I'll get with you here in a little bit." And they go, "Cool. What's it about?"
I am James Sweezy. I got a felony and a Facebook page. Those are my qualifications.
So you want to talk about the power of laughter?
Laughter is the best medicine by far. The reason that the topic of laughter being the best medicine popped into my head is because I get these inbox messages on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. And I guess through somehow I've put out this idea that spirituality is being this overly, I don't know what they think, man, like this fairy floating around.
Flutter by Fairy comes with a decorative display stand,
Waving a magic wand and everybody's happy all the time. And that's just not the case, dude. It's spirituality means humility plus responsibility. And at what point did throwing jokes become off limits, right? So I made a video. Did you go watch those?
Which ones?
The videos on my personal page, about the EBT card, and then the one about being
Yeah,
offended.
yeah.
So
I've seen almost every video you've ever made.
no, I just posted them. It was just over the last couple days.
I know I saw the EBT card one.
Right. So I'm joking about people are getting upset. There's this outrage on the internet that you might have to show your ID to use your EBT card at a grocery or whatever. They want to make sure it's you, that you're the one receiving the benefits and you're the one using it, that you're not selling them to someone else. And there's this outrage. How dare you?
How dare you?
You make me show my ID to use this EBT card. And look, I was on EBT. When I came out of the homeless shelter, I had food stamps. I used them properly. I never sold them. But so it dawned on me, it's like, the only reason that someone would get upset about this is because they're selling their food stamps.
He thinks he's selling us $100 in food stamps.
And that's going to make it harder on them. So they're outraged, and I don't care what your political affiliation is. Trump, Obama, liberal, socialist, I don't really care. But the thing is, Trump went on the internet or on TV and said, you might have to show your ID at the grocery, right? And then this outrage popped up, and the only thing that can pop into my head is, well, you're breaking the law, and now he's trying to do something about it. That's why you're upset.
He's about to find out that he's the target of our hidden camera investigation into food stamp fraud.
So I made this video about, and I do this thing where I throw my hat sideways. It's the old redneck thing. I do like this, kind of tilt it back, and I go, and it's dumb, I know. But I make fun of the situation, not a particular person, but people take it and they get all ass hurt about it. I said something to the effect of, you know, you're upset that you have to show your ID to use your EBT card.
A good deal for us and him, but not the taxpayers.
But you are more than happy to show it when they gave you the EBT card. You know, and I've got this dude walking into, and like, hey, I want to, you know, I throw my hat on, I want to apply for food stamps. And then they say, well, sir, do you have your ID? And he goes, yes, sir. Boom, throws it up real fast. That's how happy you were to show your ID when you thought you were going to get something for free.
Like our name and ID, but we're not doing anything illegal.
Now they turn around and tell you, well, now you're going to have to show that ID when you go to use this card at the grocery. And they're outraged. You're a racist. You know what I mean? So I made a video about that. So there's this small demographic of people that are upset about showing the ID. I made fun of the situation. And people will go on my page and turn it into, I'm making fun of people that have to use or need to use EBT cards. I'm making fun of the homeless or the less fortunate. I've got some message from some very big fans, like, making fun of the less fortunate is not my cup of tea. So I'm gonna have to disagree on this one. And I'm like, did you miss the part where I was on EBT, where I was homeless with a needle in my arm? And did you miss the part where, you know, I'm an ex-addict? You know, once an addict or an alcoholic, always an addict or an alcoholic, but I don't use anymore. So what people don't realize is that in many of these situations where I'm making fun of a situation, not a particular person online, I'm actually talking about myself. I was the dude that walked into the EBT office and was happy as hell to show them my ID so I could get $300 worth of free food a month, and then turn around and walk out the door and sell it to somebody for $150 so I could go buy some dough. So whereas I'm actually making fun of myself some people take it personal. You know what I mean? And that's all right. Laughter is absolutely the best medicine, man. And I tell you, it doesn't matter what the situation is. I'm making fun of. I could be in an airport or in a hotel or out, especially if it's a recovery related event. And let's say a couple guys walk up to me and say, "Hey man, I'm Larry and this is Daryl and we're big fans." And I'll go, "Oh, you guys make a cute couple, right?" It's a joke. I know they're not a couple, so I'm joking on that fact. They laugh, I laugh. You post it to the internet, a few people's assholes swell up. They get that little sharp pain in their rectum. And, oh my God, Sweezy hates gay people. Let me be quite clear about it. I love gay people.
I'm gay.
Right? Like, if I could take a gay dude shopping with me every time I went shopping, I would. My outfits would look so much better. They would match. I would be trending, all that. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I think hating someone, there's a number of reasons there. Like, hating someone for their religion, their color of skin, or their sexual preference is a complete waste of time. It's a complete waste of your brain power, all that. And, so I'm going to joke about situations that happen in our society. It doesn't mean that because I said, "Oh, you guys make a cute couple," doesn't mean that I dislike gay people, right? But that's the way it's taken by a lot of people. Have you heard of this? Look, somebody tagged me in something the other day, and it said, some group, they have a conversion camp. Have you heard of that? So it's a gay conversion camp, right?
What?
You go to this camp and you will no longer be gay anymore whenever you come out on the other side. And I've just got a picture in my brain of this camp marching gay guys into the door and like thumping them with a Bible.
Of what a judge called medieval torture.
Boom, vagina, and all of a sudden they're not gay anymore. And it's just, while I find that ridiculous, all of it ridiculous. The argument over skin color, ridiculous. All of it, I'm going to joke about it, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember, I'm sure you've been through this too. I remember a time where I was about 60 days clean, sober, whatever you want to call it. There's people that will argue about, "Oh, you're clean and sober, 2 diseases, blah, blah, blah." What the fuck ever. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Absence of alcohol and dope, right? 60 days in. And I'm sitting in the healing place in downtown Louisville. I'm sitting in this room and we're waiting for a meeting to start up. And me and about 5 or 6 other guys, we're just telling jokes and having fun. And we were laughing so hard, like my stomach started to hurt. My sides were hurting. And when I went to bed that night, my side hurt. I had to lay on my opposite side because it hurt where I've been laughing all day. And I realized it then, even at 60 days where my brain was still cloudy, that I hadn't laughed like that in probably a decade, right? There's nothing funny about being chased by the police with warrants, your family staying up all night, waiting by the phone to see if they get that phone call, whether you're dead or not, track marks all up and down your arm, missing teeth, you name it, friends dying around you, going to funerals high, from somebody that died from a drug overdose, and you go to the funeral. There's nothing funny about any of that. And I didn't get to laugh for like a decade, dude. So when I finally laughed in that place, I was like, I'm going to hold on to this. I want to laugh again. Imagine going through all of your life to reach the end of life and realize that you never lived because you were so offended by what someone else was saying on the internet, And if your ass gets that chapped up, like delete Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, delete all of that right now and come back to it after you've had a spiritual awakening or after you've had some time to yourself to get better. If Facebook can bend you out of frame like that.